see Lord Brahma praising Swayambhuva Manu. He says, I'm very, very pleased with you. I would like to give blessings to both you and your wife. And the second line is mentioning the reason. You have without reservation surrendered yourself unto me with your heart for my instructions. So the son is considered a very important person in a Grihastha's life. The very meaning putra means one who delivers the parents' father from going to hellish planets. After they leave the body, they go to the hellish planets called Pu. So putra means one who delivers his father from the hellish planets. So son, that's how son is very, very important. And in fact, not even those days, even today, if you see, of course, it's from a different perspective. They feel that a family is not complete unless and until there is a son. On the other hand, if a daughter is born, they consider it as a burden because daughter means you have to give a lot of expense for her marriage and things like that. Whereas if you have a son, then you get a lot of money from the daughter-in-law. That is the general outlook today. But actually, understanding of a Grihastha is very, very important. Actually, son is the one who provided after he takes care of the ceremonies like Shraddha ceremony and all those things after the parents leave their bodies. Then in that also there are many, many stipulations. Today I don't know if anybody actually is performing the Shraddha ceremony properly or not. But then this is how, if the Shraddha ceremony is performed properly, then the parents are delivered from the hellish planets, from going to that hellish planets. That was the actual Vedic perspective of the importance of having a son in the family. But then many other things like earlier days, the son used to have a lot of respect for the father, and he used to listen to the father and things like that. This is how the Vedic life was. But somehow in the current Kali Yuga, as things have got degraded, the children don't listen to the parents even at a very early age. Forget about the later part of the life. So they feel the necessary to be independent. And then in the process, as we see here, Sri Prabhupada also mentions in the purport, that because of that choice of independence, the children want to stay away. And we are gradually following the Western culture. In the Western culture, it is like the moment the child, son or daughter goes to the school, and then they have to manage their own way of living and things like that. And they want to live separately. And right from that point of time, they start thinking how to make money and live independently. And we are closely following that culture because nowadays the general trend is to admit the children in a boarding school or boarding college or wherever it is, or the parents may be staying somewhere. Children may be staying in another corner of the world or things like that. So the question of the children listening to the instructions of the father does not exist anymore. Actually, if you see the scriptures mention as to how father is like a spiritual master of the house itself, whereas all the others are considered as the disciples of the spiritual master, and so is the son. So it is very vital, as much as a disciple to take to the instructions of the spiritual master. It is of the same importance that the son also has towards his father in taking the instructions of his father and practicing it in toto. And if that doesn't happen, then there's a lot of chaos in the house. So there is a very nice mention in Srimad Bhagavatam itself that as to how There is both the father and son are non-different. Son is a representative of the father, but then they are both non-different. So, as we see in the 3rd chapter itself, when Karna Muni wanted to leave his home, Devavati prayed to Karna Muni that she wanted a son who could relieve her of the distress. Now, here Srila Prabhupada very nicely mentioned in that particular sloka that relief does not mean material distress, but relief means spiritual instructions. So that is how Devavati was praying for a son who could give instructions to her. See, that is how even in the earlier stages when the Manipura system was existing, it was not necessarily compulsory for the wife to accompany. But then if the wife would accompany the husband, they would go on a Manipura and then again live a life of austerity. But if she could not, then she would stay back at home, but not that she would stay back at home and become attached to the house and things like that. But the son would give her Vedic instructions. So Prabhupada very nicely mentioned that relief means Vedic instructions. But nowadays, hardly there is anybody who is willing to give time to their own family in terms of giving Vedic instructions. See, that's how. So, it says that material comforts will end with this body somehow or the other. But then, the spiritual instructions are something that goes into the soul from one to the other. It does not come to an end. Material body will come to an end, but the spiritual instructions go life after life. So Srila Prabhupada very nicely explains. And it is also the duty of the husband to reciprocate the request of the wife. A wife, she renders service through and through. That is how earlier system was. The wife used to be at home and sincerely devoted to the husband, and she would render service in such a way, and then the husband, being pleased with her, would meet her request to have children more Krishna conscious, not for children who are based on sense gratification. So that is how this nice example is given, that a husband is indebted to his wife. So when a wife requests for something which is very, very genuine, like here Devavati asking for a son who could take care of her, who could give spiritual instruction, that's how it's very, very important. So it is said that the father, the king, the spiritual master, they are all supposed to be representatives of the Lord. And the rest, for example, the children, even the wife is considered a disciple of the husband. There are many other relations, but then when it comes to spiritual matters, the husband is direct and all the others are like disciples of the house itself. So that is how it is the duty of the spiritual master to regulate the subordinates in such a way that they practice God consciousness and they don't deviate from the proper path of life. So this is the responsibility of the spiritual master, whether it is a father, or actually the spiritual master, or the king itself. That is how the responsibility is. The father is never, many times the son might forget his father, which is true. In today's situation, definitely once they become independent, the relationship does not exist. It might exist more as a formality. But then even if the son forgets the father does not forget his son. The father always remembers Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada very nicely mentioned, the father is willing to go 10 times more forward to guide his son than what the son might think of. The son, because he is misguided. Generally today's society is a misguided society. Whether it is a student in the school or college, or there is somebody who is working in the corporate world, the whole society is a misguided society. So the society today teaches more to become independent than become dependent on someone. That is how the society is promoting the culture. The culture of dependency is being lost now. Whereas the actual culture is to become dependent on the spiritual master and thereby on the Lord. So when one becomes dependent on the spiritual master and the Lord, then he becomes independent of the material bondage and things like that. But the society, if you see today, that promotes independence right from the time they get into the school, or they go into the college, or they even go to the corporate world. That is how the society is being driven. So when in a society like that, today it is very difficult for a son to be dependent on the father's instruction. So that is how, even though he forgets, the father does not forget his son. Therefore, it is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam that it is the duty of a son to become duty bound to take care of his parents throughout their life until they leave their body. Taking care of their life means not just physically taking care of their body in terms of disease, something goes wrong with them, or supporting them financially, but taking care of them means that you're taking to their instructions very seriously. That is very important. In fact, there is a nice example in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, where Uddhava is telling Vidura, is narrating how Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram were feeling very repentant. Now, as you know, after both the lordships appeared in this material world, by the arrangement, they were all, as soon as they were born, they were transferred from Mathura to Vrindavan. So they could not, both Krishna as well as Balaram, they could not take care of their parents, Devaki and Vasudeva. So there is at one point of time, they are telling their parents, "O mother, O father, please excuse us for this inability. All this, Uddhava is telling, all this behavior of the Lord gives me pain at heart." He says that because they were out of fear of Kamsa, they were both sent from Mathura to Vrindavan. And in the process, they could not take care of their parents, that is Devaki and Vasudeva. So they were feeling very, very repentant that they could not, and they are making apology. "Oh mother, oh father, please excuse us for this particular inability of not being able to take care." So that is how the attitude of a real son is supposed to be. We should feel that this thing that yes, I am supposed to take care of my parents or my father and mother. So there is a nice example in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto itself, when Devahuti was carrying Lord Kapila in her womb, and that is the time Lord Brahma comes and he speaks to them. He speaks to Kardamuni, "My dear son Kardama, since you have completely accepted my instructions without duplicity, showing them proper respect, you have worshipped me properly." So he is appreciating Kardamuni for taking to his instructions with proper respect, and Brahma becomes pleased by that. "You have worshipped me properly. Whatever instructions you took from me, you have carried out, and thereby you have honored me." Actually, Brahma asked him to create progeny, and Kardamuni says yes. Whereas in the previous thing, if you see the Kumaras refused, of course that was for a higher purpose. But then here Brahma became very, very pleased with Kardamuni. Brahma is the first primary creator, and Kardamuni is also, because he carried out the orders of Lord Brahma, Brahma became very, very pleased. So this is how when Brahma was his father, and when a son takes to the instructions of his father, the father becomes very, very pleased. And similarly, when a disciple obeys the instructions of the spiritual master becomes very, very pleased, because they are both on the same platform. So to honor the spiritual master means to carry out the instructions word for word. I mean, spiritual master will not go in depth, word by word, word by word, word by word, no. But he gives the general instructions, which becomes very, very instrumental, very, very important for a disciple. One time during Srila Prabhupada's time, a disciple asked Srila Prabhupada, how long does it take to become Krishna consciousness in one's life? Srila Prabhupada said, fraction, a moment of time. Because then he said, two things. He said mental speculation and and sense gratification. These two important things one should give up. Along with that, because if you are giving up these two things, then automatically the surrender process takes place immediately. But generally what happens is that both of these things are very difficult to give up, both sense gratification as well as material attachment. That is why we are not in a position to surrender immediately. There's also a nice example in the 3rd canto, 24th chapter. Lord Brahma is telling, sons ought to render service to their father exactly to this extent. One should obey the command of his father or spiritual master with due reference, saying, yes sir. That means the son cannot say, what if this, what if that, what if I cannot do this, what I cannot do that. Because the father will never have anything which is not in the interest of the son. But the son may look at it in a different perspective. That's why here Brahma says, sons ought to render service to their father exactly to this extent. One should obey the command of his father or spiritual master, saying, yes sir. Whatever the father and spiritual master order should be taken without any argument. Generally, because we are associated with these modes of material nature, we tend to think everything with this limited perspective, that material perspective that we have. But then the instructions of spiritual master is very, very important. Like when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura wanted Srila Prabhupada to preach to the Western countries, Srila Prabhupada took the instructions to his heart. And it is said similarly, Srila Prabhupada gave many instructions to his disciples, and most of them they took to their heart in implementing these instructions, and that is how they became very, very successful in spiritual life. It is said that once Srila Prabhupada told Satyarup Maharaj to start distributing books, not books, magazines. So, as Satyarup Maharaj did not have any experience in that. But he started it, and it was a very good venture on his part. And another disciple, it is said that he became more engrossed, or he got into Krishna consciousness after reading the Back to Godhead magazines. The point is that whatever Srila Prabhupada instructions he gave to his disciples, he did not go deep into it, he just said do the needful. That means whatever he said, that one line or 2 lines maximum, he never went into step by step. Similarly, a spiritual master or a father may not go explaining every bit of it, but then if a son or a disciple takes these instructions incomplete, without argument, then that is one perfection. He says there should be no argument. That is the real service to the father or the spiritual master. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also quotes that the order of the spiritual master is the life and soul of a disciple. Similarly, the order of a father is the life and soul of a son. If a disciple follows the instruction of the spiritual master in that way, he is sure to become perfect. So the counter example of this is in the Srimad Bhagavatam, where King Anga, he had a son who was Vena, who was very notorious one, right from the time of his birth. But King Anga did not ask for a good son. He tried to correct his son in the best way possible. But then he realized that this son is a reason for me to become detached from his home. Of course, these are all exemptions. It may not happen in everybody's life. He says a sinful son causes a person's reputation to vanish. His irreligious activities at home cause irreligion and quarrel among everyone. And this creates only endless anxiety, which is the fact in today's world. The children who go out in the schools and colleges. In fact, one of the most important controversy in most of the places which is started regularly, even in Bangalore, is the drugs, where many places have been found out where the schools or the colleges, high schools? Yeah, even high schools. Because my wife is also involved in the school. Colleges is very, very common also, where drugs are sold outside just outside the compound. and many groups have been arrested and so forth. Things are going on. So if such drugs are to be sold just outside the colleges or schools, what would be the condition of children? And when such children are there at home, that house really becomes a source of misery for the parents. Very difficult. Such a son is nothing but a bond of illusion for the living entity, and he makes home miserable. A bad son is better than a good son because a good son creates an attachment for home. So this is how King Anga thought that a bad son is better than a good son because a good son creates an attachment for home, whereas a bad son does not. A bad son creates a hellish home from which an intelligent man naturally becomes very easily detached. So King Anga thought it is a right opportunity to become detached from my home. Because if he had a good son, he would have become attached. Like King Tirthachaitanya, he had a son, but he became really attached. He couldn't detach himself until he got restrictions again. So, thinking like that, King Anga could not sleep at night. He spent a lot of sleepless nights thinking about his son. And finally, he became completely indifferent to the household life. So, therefore, it is said that once at the middle of the night, when everyone was sleeping, he walked out of his home and he went into the forest. So, this is sometimes Lord's arrangement is such that we don't know. Many times we tend to develop a lot of attachment to children at a very early age. But the Lord also teaches lessons to us. Yes, don't become too attached. So this is one way of looking at it. But Chanakya Pandita very nicely quotes, if a family man has no son, then his home is no better than a desert. That means in a house, if there is no son, that house is like a desert. And the same purport, the next, another sloka. What is the use of a son who is neither a learned, this is also a quote from Chanakya Pandita. What is the use of the son who is neither a learned scholar nor a devotee? Such a son is like a blind, diseased eye which always causes suffering. So a son who is neither learned nor is Krishna consciousness, it's like a blind eye, you cannot see, which always causes suffering, which is true. If you have children who are gone out of track, they become a source of big misery at home. They create a lot of anxiety. There is an example in the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam where King Yayati, he wanted to have youth to be exchanged. So he asked all his elder children to exchange, because he was already very old, and he wanted to ask to exchange the youth with his children, but all the other children refused. Finally, he went to the youngest child, whose name was Puru. So, Srila Prabhupada very nicely explained that the father gives the seed of the body. This seed gradually grows and develops until one ultimately attains the developed human body, because it is only in the human body that one can get a consciousness to become Krishna conscious, and that can happen with the blessings of the Father, because ultimately it is the Father who gives the seed. So to get a human body itself is very difficult, and to get a human body in which one can practice God consciousness is very, very difficult. So that is why it is said the blessings or the mercy of the Father is very, very important for that. So whereas the other, in a human form of life, one can get a father and mother, which can help a child to become God conscious. In the other species of life also, there is an opportunity to get a father and mother, but then it is not possible to become God consciousness. Therefore, the father who trains a child in Krishna consciousness is the most benevolent father in this world. Prabhupada gives a quote. Everyone gets a father and mother, but if one gets the benediction of Krishna and Guru, he can conquer material nature and return back to Godhead. So, Prabhupada translation says, a son who acts by anticipating what his father wants him to do is first class. So here, this sloka mentions about this Puru is telling his father. Because when Yati asked the elder children, they refused. And when he came to Puru, he was prepared to give. So in this particular thing is a nice example, which is true for relationship between a disciple and a spiritual master. A son who acts by anticipating what his father wants him to do is first class. It means without even a father asking something, if a son is prepared to do it, it is first class. But one who acts upon receiving his father's order is second class. That means one who acts upon receiving the father's order is second class, and one who executes his father's order irreverently is third class. But a son who refuses his father's order is like a father's stool. That means one who refuses his father's order is like a stool. So this is how very nicely explained how important it is for a son to take to the instructions of his father. Another example that was said was by Rishabdev. Rishabdev gave a lot of instructions, which forms the vital chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 1st chapter itself. A lot of very nice instructions were there. And he gave instructions to all his other children to respect King Bharata, being the eldest one. So that is how the yesteryear the children used to take the instructions of the father. And it is said that when a son listens to the instructions, then the father becomes pleased and he blesses the child also. So, of course, the blessings, it is said, that comes with a very, very lightning speed. And there's a quote from Chintamani, Harinam Chintamani by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, that it is only by the blessings of a Vaishnava that one can get bhakti. Krishna's potency takes birth in a Vaishnava's body. So simply by touching a Vaishnava, one can get devotion to Krishna. So that is how Vaishnavas are very, very potent. And it is example is given that there are 3 potent forms of blessings that comes from Vaishnavas. One is the remnants of the Vaishnavas. One is the water that has washed the feet of the Vaishnavas. And the third is the dust of the feet of a Vaishnava. Prasadam, Charnamrit and Prasadam, Charnamrit and dust. These are 3 very important potent forms of blessings that one can get. But also very, very important that comes in the form of blessing is the instructions of a spiritual master. If one takes the instructions of a spiritual master, there is no other better blessing than that. In fact, blessings come in the form of instructions by a father or a spiritual master. Blessings make any endeavor successful, so there is no need for blessings. There is nothing we can do in spiritual life without the blessings of the senior Vaishnavas or the spiritual master. Brahma got the blessings from Vishnu, and he in turn passed it on to Swayambhu Manu. It is said as to how Dhruva Maharaj, even before when the airplane came to pick up Dhruva Maharaj, and until the last moment, he was always seeking the blessings of the great sages who were present there. Not only that, he was so grateful to his mother because it was his mother who showed the path, asking him to go to the forest. And he asked him, just when he was about to board the plane, he asked the people, "Where is my mother?" And they said, "Yes, don't worry about it, she is boarding another plane to the Vaikuntha." So this is how Dhruva Maharaj felt the necessity, or rather he was very grateful to his mother. Ultimately she asked him to go to the forest. And Srila Prabhupada finally concludes this particular sloka by saying the example of the father of mankind may be rigidly followed by mankind, and that will advance the cause of relationship of fathers and son. And if we see today the relationship between the father and son is very, very strained, the reason is because the son becomes independent of the father. Whereas if the son becomes dependent on the father, who is always all merciful, always thinking of the welfare of the son, then that is what makes progress of the son. So with this, I conclude Any questions? Any comments? Yes.
Actually, here father means like spiritual master or one who is in devotional service. One who
Yes.
or not like materialistic father.
Yes. Certain things, it is said that a child, particularly even on a material perspective, may not be very mature up to a certain age. Some mature at a very young age and some take a lot of time to mature. So if during that period, it is very important for the children to be guided by their parents. And therefore it is very mentioned that how it is the duty of a father to regulate the subordinates. That subordinates include the children, wife, everybody. To regulate so that they don't go out of their path. Of course, father means one should not become a father unless and until he can deliver his children from the cycle of birth and death. But at the same time, it is also very important that even if a father is not God conscious, at least to ensure that children don't deviate. It is a problem today in the society. Yes.
Sometimes father may instruct something which is opposing to our devotional service, which will drag us from the devotional service. So
yes, it is very true. But then, if you see the Kumaras, they were asked by Lord Brahma to create progeny, but they refused. But they refused for the higher purpose. So sometimes the purpose is to be considered. At the same time, one is indebted to his father also. So one needs to balance things in a way that the parents are not lost. At the same time, the higher purposes both are equally very important. So many cases where it has become controversies, where children have left completely their parents to become Krishna conscious. Of course, there is a quote in Bhagavatamrita that if one fails to perform his materialistic duties, some 30,000 sages take care of those material duties. But all these things happen when one is completely surrendered. You can't say that I am a surrendered soul, that's why I have left my parents and not really taken the process of surrender. This is a quote in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So such cases, there are many cases where the elders have been taken care of by the Lord themselves. If the children have not been able to take care. But that does not become a rule of the thumb because we are not surrendered. That's a big problem. So there is a need to balance. Did I answer the question? Would you like to answer?